Hey, it's Sam, and I'm really happy to be bringing you news of an upcoming course called Endless Inspiration through Vedic Astrology. What if you could turn all of those life situations that you feel sort of difficult about, or that you sort of reject, or those notions about yourself or your life that are like, well, I know I have this thing that's bad or this thing that's wrong, and you've looked at your astrology chart as a way to kind of confirm all of that and be like, oh yeah, that was that thing with my mother and that thing here. Look, this is all a part of life where we have these difficult things that have happened. But what I've started to realize lately as I've been doing a lot of readings is how these things are also a source of endless inspiration to you. As much as there may be something difficult about what happened, in your past, or things that continue in your life where you're like, well, this thing is difficult, so what do I do about that? You're missing how this is also a source of constant and endless inspiration for you. I'm going to go through all of the planets, signs, houses, and other special factors that show the astrology as a source of endless inspiration, or how it should be. It is, to me, one of the ways that I stay inspired all the time, regardless of what's going on in the world, or in my own personal life, or my health, or my relationships, or my work. I stay inspired because I've learned how the things that are the most difficult are also the things that are the most very much catalyzing inspirational forces. Like, for example, I'll give you an example. I have, one of the things I've always worked on it with myself is a kind of, it's just sort of like a low level kind of irritability, like impatience or irritability, right? It's kind of like, again, people that know me don't take any of it personally because it's actually just that I'm just very sort of present. So if I get sort of irritable about something, it comes and then it passes. It's just very, again, the other part where I'm not so irritable, but I'm also very present for compassion and joy, or, whatever is okay. But that surface like irritability or frustration is something that, to me, I've always been like, well, I got to work on that. That's a bad thing. But it's actually one of these things that's also endlessly inspiring. It's the source of an endless stream of inspiration. Not to be irritable, not the irritable part, but what the irritability is showing about myself. What that reveals that I would not otherwise understand if I were to just turn it into something bad that I do. Bad boy, bad thing you do, bad thing you do, bad thing you do. And by the way, these kinds of things about yourself, we talk all the time about greater self-acceptance and self-love, and I need more of that, and I should do that. And we're even looking for astrology and astrologers to help us with things like that. Well, this is what it comes down to. What about those qualities of yourself, like the irritability? How hard is it for you to really accept that about yourself? It's probably not very easy. And it's because you don't understand what it's really telling you about yourself. I do. And I'm going to share these things with you. And by the way, these are things that I don't like about myself in the moment, but I accept them. I know this is a part of my nature. And when other people reject them about me, I don't play into it. I don't feel, you can't guilt trip me about it. You can't make me feel any worse about it than I need to feel, because I understand the divine quality of it astrologically. It doesn't mean I'm still not trying to work on more patience and more of that. And by the way, I've made great strides in that over my life. But it also means that if someone doesn't understand that and it triggers them, which these things do, we trigger each other, that I can explain it to them and I know it about myself. And I see even that thing I don't like about myself, I see it as a source of endless inspiration. And all of the astrological signatures in the horoscope, all of the planets, all the signs, all the houses, all those things in those areas where, again, your energy is kind of stuck, where you don't like that, oh, I'm the people pleaser, or I'm the this, or I'm the, Pollyanna, I believe in things. Again, or, fearful, anger, jealousy, all these negative toxic emotions are also things that are endlessly inspiring in your life. You're just looking at them from a different perspective. I've noticed this because as I've been doing readings a lot lately, I hear people and see people who know all this stuff about their chart, and yet they don't understand these qualities of themselves and how to get back on track with it, with their own understanding about it. And that's a lot of what an astrology teacher or an astrologer, or you as a person, let's say if you're not a teacher or an astrologer, you just want to know about yourself, these are the things that you want to know. And so again, what if you could understand, and not just intellectually, but experientially, understand how all of those things you hate the most about yourself, or that others say, or those mistakes you've kept making, are actually a source of great inspiration for you. Even, again, the things that you've been stuck with your whole life, you actually get great power from those things. So that's what we're going to talk about. And understanding the great power from that thing will help you to, first of all, make peace with it within yourself. And again, not get stuck in like the trauma bonding through it. Like, I could easily say, oh yeah, I get that way because I've had to defend myself because when I was growing up, I had this blah, blah, and I had to defend myself. All of that is some psychoanalytical mumbo jumbo about the past. It doesn't do any good in the present. At least I don't think. Those explanations about why we're able to analyze it and understand it is a little bit useful. We can kind of, well, this is why I do it. But that doesn't make us feel better about doing it. We don't understand the power behind it. Like what quality, what empowering quality and inspiring quality do these difficult personality traits or difficult, things that are difficult for us to manifest, how are they giving us ultimate and great inspiration in our life? So I also have some great bonuses. One is how to give a great consultation. This is one of the best courses for those who are doing readings or who want to be doing readings or just want to see what lies ahead for you as you learn more. This is a great bonus course. Also, I have a course on Tantra, the Vijnana Bhairava Tantra, where I actually go through the entire text and show you my relationship with the Tantric meditations. Again, a very unique course where you actually go through the meditations and learn from this classical text. And then also a class on the unique qualities of the zodiac signs, because I'm going to be breaking down all the planet signs and houses, especially over this weekend. And you'll get a great discount now as we're doing it in advance. After that, it's going to go up to its regular price, probably twice as much as you'd get it for this weekend course. So if you're seeing it now, go ahead and get it. Again, it'll wind up being more than 10 hours of class time ultimately. And you'll really benefit because you should see your life as a source of endless inspiration. And if you're looking at astrology, astrology is that source of how life is flowing through you. And you should understand that endless inspiration. And if you're doing readings and you're counseling people, you should also understand how these things are affecting them. This is one of the biggest reasons that got me again into wanting to do this class, because with my students who, again, they're doing great work, but there's this part that's just kind of not connecting as much as it could. You need to be able to explain to people how this thing that they're not comfortable with or that they reject is actually a catalyst for much of their greatness, and even the things that are great, that it's easier to see the inspiration in them. But we need to be able to see this in the negative qualities or the difficult qualities. And every day when we're getting these transits, when the moon is going over planets every month and different parts of our nature are getting tweaked, we need to be able to understand that endless inspired source from which everything comes. So go ahead and register, get the bonus classes now, and be set up for the upcoming weekend.